And what the drivers say they fear most of all is a head-on collision with a blind tube mare.
Personally, I think the management should round him up. Get rid of him.
What's up, YouTube? Hello. So, part 7 of Stewart Lee, stand-up comedian, and we are approaching the end. Not the end of the world, but the end of this, which is obvious. I don't know why I said that. Yeah, so we're going to dive in. Just to say, I've got a bit of a virus. I'm not very well, a bit swollen gland. So, like many people, at times my face does turn into a skull. So, apologies if that happens. And if it does, just comment below and let me know. Okay. So, let's dive right in, shall we?
But to try and find out more about people that like football, I went on your internet, on your World Wide Web, and I went on Jimmy Hill's website, which is real. It's called jimmyhill.co.uk, and there's a guest book there where you, the public, that's you, can leave your opinions. And a bloke called Scott had been on it, and I'm not allowed to read out what his actual email address is, but if you go there, you can find it. So, you know, do that. Anyway, he said... Scott says in the guest book of Jimmy Hill's website, he says, I agree with Jimmy's views that Britain is rapidly becoming no more a land which is populated by genuine British people born here. Please don't get me wrong, writes Scott. I am no Nazi or xenophobe, as the pressure groups or government would have you believe. I'm just someone who was born in this country and hates to see it going to pot now. And it would be easy to take Scott's views seriously if he hadn't spelt the word xenophobe Z-E-N-A-P-H-O-B, which of course just means someone who has an irrational hatred of Japanese Buddhism. But it is easy, Glasgow, right, in the current climate of paranoia, to make a kind of race-based error, right? I've done it myself. I'll tell you how it happened. I haven't been doing this for a few years, and one of the jobs I've been doing is working as a kind of arts journalist, writing about stuff. And last year, I was really excited because I got to interview Ang Lee, the Taiwanese film director, about the Incredible Hulk film that he directed. And I was really excited because I've read the Incredible Hulk comics since I was about 6 years old, and I still read them now. And I will take, to prove that, I will take any question on the Hulk from you now. Prove that. Any question? What colour is he? Have you asked me that because you know there's a more complicated answer than you... No, okay, well... Bad luck, because he was... You'd want me to say he was green, and everyone would go, aha, that's funny. But actually, for the first 6 issues of Astounding Stories, in 1960, there was a man nodding there with a T-shirt saying, kill everyone now on it. Kind of person who knows these facts. For the first 6 issues, he was, of course, grey, of course. But because of the dot printing thing, the colours all used to run together, so it came out a blur. So they made him green after the 6th issue, and he's been green twice since then. Once in a 6-issue miniseries written by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale called Hulk Grey. He's grey in that. That came out year before last, available in hardback now. And he was also grey in the comic strip between about 1989 and 94 when Peter David was writing it, and he made him go in a nutrient bath, and that made him grey. I've lost you now as well. I've beaten you. I've beaten you with your kill everyone. No, you don't claim to be an expert, but you looked at me with a doubtful face, as if this is going to get him. But look, I know more about the Hulk than you, and I'm older than you. So... That's fine. So I was really excited to interview Ang Lee about the Hulk, and because he'd made the film. But when I interviewed, I try and make a little joke to put them at ease, you know. So I rang him up. He was in New York. I was in London. And I said to him, Ang Lee, you have directed the Hulk film. You must be very excited and proud. But don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Then there was a long, embarrassed pause, and then Ang Lee said, I'm sorry, what did you say? And I said, Ang Lee, you've directed the Hulk film. You must be very excited and proud, but don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And there was another kind of silence, and then Ang Lee said, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? And I said, there's no need, it was just a stupid joke. And he went, no, what did you say? And I said, Ang Lee, you've directed the Hulk film. You must be very excited and proud, but don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And he didn't say anything. And I said, I expect loads of people have made that joke to you. And he said, no. No one's ever said it before. Why did you say it? Why? And I said, well, Ang, you know the Hulk film? And he went, yeah. I said, well, in that, Bruce Banner, he's the Hulk. He says, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And your name's Ang Lee, and you directed it. So I said, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. Because Ang Lee sounds a bit like angry. And Ang Lee said, no, it doesn't. And I said, come on, Ang. Be fair, Ang Lee does sound a bit like angry. And Ang Lee said, no, it doesn't. Ang Lee is a completely different word to Ang Lee. And I said, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? And Ang Lee said, yes, Ang Lee is a completely different word to Ang Lee. And I said, I don't understand what point you're trying to make, Ang. What I'm saying, if you listen, is that angry sounds a bit like Ang Lee. So if you swap them round, people can see there's a slight change. There's some sort of joke there. Ang Lee, what you're saying, is actually the same word as Ang Lee. If you swap those two words round, no one would notice the difference. It wouldn't work. But that's not what you appear to be saying, is that Ang Lee is a completely different word to Ang Lee. But it isn't. They're the same thing. And I can't understand. It's very simple, the joke I'm making. I can't understand how you've got into this kind of fix. And then he went, oh, I get it, he said. Is this a joke about me having a Taiwanese accent? And I was mortified. I went, no, it never even occurred to me that you would think that. It's just a simple thing about the words, the syllables, Ree and Lee, sounding the same. My own surname is Lee. I've had 36 years of fun with that syllable. I know what I'm talking about. I can't see why you would begin to think. And he went, no, you're anti-Taiwanese. And I went, I'm not. I don't even know where Taiwan is. I've got no interest in it. It's made it worse, to be honest. Then he got you on. Then he got a lawyer on from Universal, and I had to shouting at me, saying I had to get my editor on from the paper to stick up for me. We ended up having this kind of four-way argument. It went on for ages, going, you're anti-Taiwanese. She was saying, my editor's going, no, he isn't. There's no history of anti-Taiwaneseness at all. And there was like this thing, and on Ang started shouting at me about it. And I went, well, I can't see what your problem is. Why don't you just listen to the joke? It's obvious. Then in the end he went, don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry. And I said, you've proved my point, you fucking Taiwanese idiot. He said, don't call me that. He got another bloke on, an advisor. I had to get someone else on, the publisher. There's like a 6-way, 2-hour debate going on. In the end, we argued for so long that Ang Lee missed his 2:30 dentist appointment. That's the time that he goes to the dentist, Glasgow. Don't let him tell you any different. He doesn't even need to write it down. They offer him an appointment card, he rejects it. He says, I'll remember it by thinking about my own pain.
Oh, brilliant. That is so good. That's really like a whole little routine in itself. He actually spends 7 minutes on a gag, which is basically just a pun, really. Of course, in some ways, he's making a crass generalisation about a group of people there, which seems familiar somehow. And also makes me laugh because me and my friends, I'm ashamed to say, when we were at school, used to use the Chinese dentist gag all the time. You know, tooth hurty. I'm not racist, all right? I might have been then, but I would never make that joke now. I just have. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. And there's something about this bit. I don't know what it is, but it just makes me a bit sad. So don't nobody go nowhere.
And in a statement issued just 10 minutes ago, the Home Secretary announced that he personally will be going into the tunnels this weekend, armed with a special gun.